talking meteorite blades, enchanted daggers from a lost realm, enormous demonic maces wielded by the devil himself. With so many famous weapons in Tolkien's Legendarium, have you ever wondered what are the most legendary? From the blazing forges of ancient dwarven kingdoms to the artful creations of elven smiths, these weapons are more than mere tools of war. They are symbols of courage, destiny, and unparalleled craftsmanship. Each has a story etched into its steel, a saga of heroes and villains, and a legacy that shaped the fate of Middle-earth. From the might of Andúril, reforged from the shards of Narsil, to Angrist's harrowing role in the quest for the Silmarils, these weapons have left an indelible mark on history. Join us as we discover the top 10 most legendary weapons of Middle-earth. Sting, the revered blade of Bilbo and Frodo Baggins, stands as a paragon among legendary weapons born of the ancient forges of Gondolin. Crafted as a short sword by the skilled Noldoran smiths of old, Sting's unassuming size hardly does justice to its grand reputation, a testament to elven craftsmanship unmatched in its grace and deadly efficacy. The blade's saga begins with Bilbo Baggins, who, while traveling with Thorin Oakenshield and company, discovered it in a troll's hoard within the Trollshaws. Later, in the shadowed depths of Mirkwood Forest, Sting revealed his true worth as Bilbo wielded it against the hostile spiders whose cries echoed through the ancient woodlands with each strike. Bilbo, quick-witted and resolute, named the blade Sting, honoring its ability to pierce and inflict a sharp, stinging pain upon its adversaries. Eventually passed down to Bilbo's nephew Frodo, Sting became a steadfast companion on the quest to destroy the One Ring. Its luminous blue glow served as both protector and harbinger throughout the Fellowship's perilous journey. Frodo wielded Sting with unyielding resolve in the Forgotten Mines of Moria, its keen edge protecting Frodo despite his inexperience. Sting's most legendary moment came in the harrowing depths of Cirith Ungol, where Shelob, the ancient terror of darkness, lay in wait. It was here that Samwise Gamgee, the steadfast friend and unwavering companion to Frodo, grasped Sting with fierce determination. With the blade that had guided Bilbo and Frodo through countless trials, Sam dealt a savage blow to the monstrous spider, thwarting her dark designs and making way for Sam to save Frodo from an untimely death. Sting's legacy as a symbol of Hobbit courage and elven craftsmanship endured as a beacon of hope amidst the encroaching shadows of Sauron's dominion. From the spider-infested glades of Mirkwood to the dark tower of Minas Morgul, Sting's prowess and significance resonate as a testament to the resilience of the hobbits and the enduring power of loyalty and valor in the face of overwhelming adversity. The Barrow Blades, also known as daggers of Western Essay, are relics of immense power in Middle-earth. Forged by the men of Western Essay, or Númenóreans, these ancient swords were born in the fires of war against the Witch King of Angmar and his dark legions in the late Third Age. Infused with potent spells and enchantments, these blades were designed with one purpose: to annihilate the dark powers wielded by the Witch King and his sinister servants. When Frodo and his companions were ensnared in the Barrow Downs by a malevolent Barrow Wight, Tom Bombadil came to their rescue. Among the Wight's hoarded treasures, he found these ancient weapons and armed the hobbits, recognizing that their smaller size made them perfect swords for the halflings. This moment marked a turning point in Middle-earth's history. The Barrow Blade's most defining moment came during the Battle of the Pelennor Fields. Merry, wielding his enchanted dagger, struck the Witch King of Angmar in the knee. The spells on Merry's blade shattered the Witch King's magical defenses, which had rendered him nearly invincible. This critical blow severed his connection to dark sorcery, leaving him vulnerable to mortal weapons. This allowed Éowyn to deliver the final fatal strike, fulfilling the prophecy that the Witch King would not be slain by the hand of man. The Barrow Blades embody the enduring power and influence of the ancient kingdoms of men and their relentless struggle against darkness. Their discovery and use by the hobbits highlight the theme of seemingly insignificant characters playing pivotal roles in the fate of Middle-earth. Through these blades, the bravery and legacy of the Númenóreans continue to resonate long after their time had passed, shaping the ongoing battle against evil. Forged in the ancient, secretive city of Gondolin during the First Age, Orcrist, the Goblin Cleaver is a legendary elven sword with a storied past. a sister blade to Glamdring, imbued with powerful enchantments and deadly against orcs and goblins. Orcrist stands out amongst the weapons of Middle-earth. Thorin Oakenshield wielded Orcrist throughout his journey to reclaim Erebor, carving a path through goblin foes and defending his company. Its finest hour came during the Battle of Five Armies, where Thorin fought valiantly against overwhelming odds. The blade's keen edge and enchantments made it a weapon of unmatched prowess, embodying Thorin's rightful claim to leadership and his unyielding spirit. The history of Orcrist is steeped in the ancient lore of Gondolin, a city famed for its skilled smiths and powerful weapons. Forged alongside Glamdring and Sting, Orcrist emerged from an era when the elves stood at the zenith of their power, waging relentless war against Morgoth's dark legions. The sword's name, Goblin Cleaver, is a testament to its brutal efficiency in battle. After Thorin's death, Orcrist was laid upon his tomb, a gleaming symbol of his bravery and leadership. The blade's glow, ever vigilant, served as a warning to any who dared approach the lonely mountain with malice. This final resting place ensured Orcrist's legacy would endure, guarding Thorin's tomb and deterring potential invaders. Angrist, a small blade of legendary renown in Middle-earth, is a weapon steeped in history and power. Forged by the master smith Telchar of Nogrod, an esteemed dwarf of the First Age, Angrist was originally owned by Curufin, one of the sons of Feanor. Telchar's craftsmanship was unparalleled, and Angrist was no exception. Despite its relatively small size, this dagger was both beautiful and deadly, known for its sharpness and unyielding strength. The knife's pivotal moment came when it passed from Curufin into the hands of Beren, a mortal hero of extraordinary courage and determination. During Beren and Luthien's quest to retrieve a Silmaril from the Iron Crown of Morgoth, they encountered Curufin and his brother Celegorm. After a confrontation sparked by Curufin's attempt to capture Luthien, Beren fought bravely and ultimately subdued Curufin. In this moment of victory, Beren seized Angrist from Curufin as a spoil of battle, a fitting reward for his valor. During their infiltration of Angband, Morgoth's impregnable fortress, Beren used Angrist to cut a Silmaril from Morgoth's crown, demonstrating the blade's exceptional sharpness and magical properties. However, when Beren attempted to cut a second Silmaril, Angrist snapped, reflecting the perilous and unforgiving nature of their mission. The blade's ability to slice through the iron of Morgoth's crown, forged in the dark depths of Angband, speaks to the extraordinary skill of Telchar. Angrist's name, meaning Iron Cleaver, is a testament to its unmatched cutting power, a weapon capable of defying even the darkest and most formidable forces of Middle-earth. Grond, the Hammer of the Underworld, commands reverence as a weapon of immense power and dark history in Middle-earth. Its name, meaning very weighty and ponderous in Sindarin, evokes the sheer destructive force it embodies. Crafted in the fiery depths of Angband, the fortress of Morgoth, Grond became a symbol of unparalleled devastation, embodying the malevolent will and relentless strength of its master. Its very presence on the battlefield foretold doom, leaving ruin and desolation in its wake. Grond's most notorious moment came during Morgoth's battle against Fingolfin, High King of the Noldor. In an act of defiance and extraordinary bravery, Fingolfin challenged Morgoth to single combat at the very gates of Angband. The clash was a monumental struggle between light and darkness, where Fingolfin's blows struck with vengeance, yet each swing of Grond sent shockwaves through the earth, carving deep chasms with every strike. Despite Fingolfin's valor, he was ultimately overwhelmed by the sheer ferocity of Morgoth and the devastating power of Grond. Morgoth's final blow crushed the Noldoran king, silencing one of the mightiest elven heroes forever. During the cataclysmic War of Wrath, the final chapter of the First Aegis conflicts, Grond returned to wreak havoc once more. Morgoth wielded the hammer against the Valar and their allies, the Eldar and Adan, in a desperate bid to maintain his dominion. The hammer's colossal power shattered armies and defied the very earth, a testament to the titanic strength of Morgoth himself. The enduring myth of Grond, both as Morgoth's hammer and as a symbol of devastation, epitomizes the unyielding nature of evil in Middle-earth. It embodies the raw, destructive power of darkness and the relentless struggle of the Free Peoples against such malevolent force. Sauron's colossal battering ram, used in the Siege of Gondor, paid homage to Grond, serving as a grim reminder of its predecessor and the unbroken chain of tyranny and destruction across ages. Eglos, the Spear of Ice, stands as a radiant symbol of elven craftsmanship and valor amongst the weapons of Middle-earth. Born in the fiery forges of Gondolin by the skilled hands of Noldoran smiths, this legendary lance was wielded by Gil-galad, the High King of the Noldor and the last great ruler of the Noldoran kingdom. Its name, meaning snow point in Sindarin, evokes the chill of winter and the lethal precision with which it was wielded. Throughout the turbulent Second Age, Eglos blazed as a beacon of defiance against the encroaching darkness of Sauron. Gil-galad brandished it in countless battles against the Dark Lord's legions, leading the last alliance of elves and men in epic confrontations that ultimately sealed Sauron's fate. The spear's enchantments, suffused with the essence of frost and purity, struck dread into the hearts of Sauron's minions, freezing their courage and resolve in the face of the Elven King's unmatched valor. Eglos played a crucial role in the grand battles of the Second Age, including the Siege of Barad-dûr and the War of the Last Alliance. In these cataclysms, Gil-galad's mastery of Eglos and its mystical properties proved decisive, turning the tide of battle and rallying the Free Peoples against the rising tide of darkness. The varied references to Eglos as both a spear and lance may suggest the weapon's versatility and appearance, implying its role extended into broader combat tactics. Yet, Eglos's crowning glory came during that fateful war of the Last Alliance. Gil-galad, standing tall beside Elendil, the High King of Gondor, confronted Sauron himself in the heart of Mordor. With Eglos in hand, Gil-galad fought with unmatched valor against the Dark Lord, dealing blows that weakened Sauron's grip on Middle-earth. Though both Gil-galad and Elendil fell in their heroic stand, their sacrifice paved the path for Sauron's downfall and the eventual peace that followed. Glamdring, the Foehammer, is a blade that pulses with the blood and fury of Middle-earth's most legendary battles. Forged in the ancient city of Gondolin by master elven smiths, this elegant yet lethal sword was likely wielded by Turgon, the king of Gondolin, during the First Age. Its name, meaning Foehammer in Sindarin, captures its deadly purpose and the valor of its bearer. The Foehammer's fate took a dramatic turn in the Third Age when Gandalf the Grey discovered it in the hoard of 3 trolls in the Etten Moors. Alongside Glamdring, Gandalf found the elven blade Orcrist and the hobbit-sized dagger Sting. Recognizing its worth and ancient heritage, the wizard claimed Glamdring as his own. Glamdring journeyed with Gandalf through numerous adventures and battles, serving as both a weapon and a beacon of hope. During the quest of Erebor, it shone with a cold light whenever orcs or goblins were near. It played a crucial role in the Battle of Five Armies, where its enchantments made it a terror to the forces of darkness. Its most significant moment came during the War of the Ring. Gandalf wielded it against the Balrog of Moria, a monstrous servant of Morgoth. In the epic duel on the bridge of Khazad-dûm and the peak of Ziraxigil, Glamdring clashed with the Balrog's fiery whip and sword, resulting in the creature's demise and Gandalf's transformation into Gandalf the White. Glamdring also saw action in the Battle of the Pelennor Fields and the Battle of the Black Gate, where Gandalf led the Free Peoples against Sauron's armies. Its last mention occurs when Gandalf, returning through Bree, still bears it. Whether he took it with him to the Grey Havens and subsequently to Valinor remains a mystery. Glamdring, the Foehammer, is legendary not just for its illustrious history, but for its pivotal role in turning the tides of darkness. Its gleaming blade, etched with ancient runes, whispers of great deeds and heroic stands. In Gandalf's hands, it cut through the gloom, a beacon of light and defiance, ensuring that the shadow would never fully claim Middle-earth. Ringel, the valiant sword of Fingolfin, first High King of the Noldor, stands as one of the most legendary weapons in Middle-earth. Forged by the elven smiths of Valinor, its blade gleamed like a shard of ice, cold and merciless. Named Cold Star in Sindarin, Ringel radiated the chill of an Arctic night and struck terror into Morgoth's minions. This sword's renown is tied to the valor and fate of its wielder, Fingolfin. Throughout the First Age, Ringel carved a bloody path through countless battles, but its legend was as truly forged in the titanic clash between Fingolfin and Morgoth, the Dark Vala, who plunged the world into shadow. In this fateful duel, Ringil's icy edge bit deeply into Morgoth's flesh, leaving wounds that would never heal. Driven by unyielding courage, Fingolfin rode alone to the gates of Angband, challenging Morgoth to single combat. With Ringil in hand, he faced the Dark Lord in a battle that shook the foundations of Arda. The confrontation was a spectacle of ferocity and skill, with Fingolfin's speed and Ringil's precision pitted against Morgoth's brute strength and dark power. Morgoth wielded Grond, the hammer of the underworld, a weapon of immense dread, but even this mighty mace could not daunt the High King's spirit. Though the High King ultimately fell, he inflicted 7 grievous wounds upon Morgoth. In one final, defiant strike, Fingolfin drove Ringil into Morgoth's foot, causing the Dark Lord to howl in agony and leaving him with a permanent limp. This heroic last stand immortalized both Fingolfin and his weapon. Ringil's icy brilliance and the defiant spirit of Fingolfin elevated it above most other weapons. It was not just a tool of war, but a beacon of resistance against overwhelming darkness. The chilling light of Ringil, piercing through Morgoth's shadow, epitomized the unyielding spirit of the elves and their relentless fight against evil. No other weapon in Middle-earth's history is so deeply entwined with such a singular act of bravery and sacrifice. Anglachel, the fabled blade reforged as Gurthang, stands as a legendary testament to its peerless craftsmanship and the epic events it witnessed and the tragic figures who wielded its darkened edge. Forged by Eol, the Dark Elf, from meteoric iron, alongside its sister blade, Anguirel, Anglachel was a blade of extraordinary strength and darkness. Eol gifted it to King Thingol of Doriath as tribute for his residence in Nan Elmoth's forest. Yet, Thingol, wary of its malevolent aura, kept it stored in Menegroth's armory under the watch of his queen, Milian. Beleg Strongbow, in his quest for Turin Turambar, who had been captured by Morgoth's army, obtained Anglachel with Thingol's permission. Fate took a tragic turn when the blade, moved by an unseen malice, slipped and pierced Turin while Beleg attempted to free him from his bonds. Awakened abruptly, Turin, in confusion, mistook Beleg for an enemy and tragically slew him with Anglachel. The blade, mourning the loss, dulled and its edges turned a mournful black. To redeem the blade's sorrowful legacy, Turin sought the smiths of Nargothrond's aid to refashion it. The blade remained darkened and was reborn as Gurthang, Iron of Death, in Sindarin. It became Turin's renowned weapon. Gurthang became a weapon of retribution against Morgoth's forces, cleaving through foes with deadly precision. Its most infamous act was piercing the heart of Glaurung, the mighty dragon, ending its terror but sealing Turin's tragic fate. In a haunting moment, Gurthang spoke, echoing Turin's sorrow. As Turin prepared to end his life, the exchange unfolded. "Hail, Gurthang! No lord or loyalty dost thou know, save the hand that wieldeth thee. From no blood wilt thou shrink. Wilt thou therefore take Turin Turambar? Wilt thou slay me swiftly? Yea, I will drink thy blood gladly, that so I may forget the blood of Beleg my master, and the blood of Brander slain unjustly. I will slay thee swiftly." With these words, he cast himself upon the blade, ending his life and bringing the tragic tale of Turin Turambar to a close. With this act, Gurthang also was broken, and the blade was buried with Turin beneath the Stone of the Hapless. Narsil, later reforged into Anduril, stands unrivaled among Middle-earth's legendary weapons, embodying the legacy and hope of the Free Peoples. Forged by the renowned dwarven smith Telkar of Nogrod in the First Age, Narsil's radiant blade gleamed with an inner light, symbolizing unmatched craftsmanship and power. Narsil's saga began with Elendil, the High King of Arnor and Gondor. During the War of the Last Alliance, Elendil wielded Narsil with devastating effect against Sauron's forces. At the siege of Barad-dûr, Elendil fell, and the sword shattered beneath him. In its broken state, Narsil achieved its greatest triumph when Elendil's son, Isildur, used the shards to cut the One Ring from Sauron's hand, vanquishing the Dark Lord and heralding a temporary peace. The shards of Narsil were preserved and revered in Rivendell, a potent reminder of past glories and unfulfilled prophecies. During the War of the Ring, Narsil was reforged into Andúril, Flame of the West, for Aragorn, the rightful heir to Gondor's throne. The reforging marked a renewal of hope and the resurgence of Elendil's line. Inscribed with runes and glowing with new brilliance, Andúril symbolized Aragorn's heritage and his destined role against Sauron. Anduril's legend grew as Aragorn wielded it in decisive battles throughout the War of the Ring. From Helm's Deep to the Paths of the Dead and the Pelennor Fields, Anduril's flame-like blade cleaved through Sauron's minions, rallying the forces of good. Its presence was a beacon of hope and a dire omen for darkness. Anduril's most legendary moment came at the Battle of the Black Gate, where Aragorn led the armies of the West against Mordor's might. Andúril blazed with unparalleled brilliance, symbolizing the unity and resolve of the free peoples. As Aragorn held the sword high, it became the heart of Middle-earth's resistance, the embodiment of defiance against tyranny. With the ring's destruction, Sauron's defeat, and Aragorn's ascension to Gondor's throne, Andúril ushered in an era of peace and prosperity. Andúril, the reforged Narsil, was more than a weapon. It symbolized the unconquerable spirit and unyielding resolve of Middle-earth's inhabitants. Its gleaming blade carries the hopes of entire peoples and the legacy of those who stood against darkness. No weapon in Middle-earth's history is more storied, revered, or legendary than Andúril, Flame of the West. Which legendary weapon from Tolkien's writings fascinates you the most? Subscribe now, hit the notifications bell, and tell us in the comments which weapon you think is the most iconic, or is there a particular weapon you missed in this list?